How's she going, folks? It's your host, Levi.
And, yep, I'm John. And welcome back to Oh, for heaven's sake, holy moly, guys. We are back.
We're back.
We're back from the dead.
Wow.
And I'm proud to say, Levi, it is time to pop the tops like usual.
I've been waiting to pop this top all day. I've been excited. I think, was it yesterday that we decided to randomly,
It was yesterday.
film again?
I just think because, gonna have time in the summer for the first time in forever. And, might as well take advantage. Get back to, make it a couple YouTube videos here and there. It was always fun. And it's just a way to keep busy, because I'll definitely have the time.
On my way to the podcast room today, I seen a guy walking, and he had 2 drinks in hand. That's how I feel right now. We're buzzing. We're back.
Boys, we are buzzing. And we're buzzing with some fun topics. Obviously, got a lot to catch up, considering, we haven't made a podcast since...
I think
put it somewhere up here.
Somewhere in the BC, I think.
Podcast.
I think before Jesus was on Earth. I'm pretty sure. It's been a while.
Dang.
But so we did.
Jesus must be waiting for this one then.
Yeah. So we did a podcast originally before our school year began, I think.
Yep. It was right before, I think, move-in day. So I think it's very...
Right after.
Right after.
Right after move-out day. So... yeah, we're officially done with first year NDSU outside of finals next week, which I have a couple.
Yep. I had one final today and, had the nerves, but we got through it. And then I have one final next week. Not really worried about that one like I was for this one. So pretty smooth sailing. And then the summer begins and I actually get to go expressway right into a Boston trip.
Yeah.
So I'm looking
exciting.
forward to it. We are going to the Boston Aquarium. There's just no reason not to. That's like a key. And walking the Freedom Trail.
Are you going to learn about the Boston molasses disaster?
Cannot say that I will be learning about the...
it's a pretty electric thing to learn about.
Are you sure?
It's honestly terrifying. But
are you sure you're not talking about the Boston Massacre?
Nope, the molasses disaster. You're going to have to do your notes.
I will do my notes after this because I'm intrigued now, truly.
Yes.
But we're not doing like the kind of the basic stuff, which is kind of nice because I didn't want to just go there and like do like stuff everyone does. Like we're not going to go to Harvard. Like what's the point of going to a school?
Yeah.
Like sure it's Harvard, but like
you want to see the history.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's going to be the fun
big
part.
One.
That's what I'm super excited about. Like at some point in my life I have to go to like DC. Like, you got to see the history. That's what excites me about that stuff.
Me and my mom are in the planning stage now, like activities wise. Like obviously we have our hotel booked, we have the flights booked. We're flying first class Delta, and then we're going to be staying at a Hilton DoubleTree.
Yeah, well,
because hashtag Hilton Gold member, certified.
Yeah, we got a Costco executive and a Hilton Gold sitting right here on the podcast.
What can I say? I'm just a special man.
All right, so. I'm just going to quickly preview the stuff we're going to be talking about for the podcast today. Of course, we are going to be primarily reviewing NDSU, dining center, classes, dorm life, etc. It's going to be exciting.
Yep.
I'm excited to hear some of your input.
True, like what it's like living at NDSU and going to the university. So, this would be like a good guide if you're a student looking into going to NDSU. Like this is a true student account, full year of dealing with it.
Yep.
So we can tell you all the if, ands, and buts that go into living at NDSU.
We'll also explain our majors because I think majors and what classes you're taking.
It's way different because like
totally different.
For me, it's way different to Levi.
Yeah,
and
you'll find out.
That makes a big difference, like in how like dorm life and just life on campuses in general.
And then, of course, we got to talk about more news across the world.
Yes.
With the hantavirus. It's a major thing. I got to talk about
Levi just pulled this out when we were like, I think it was like literally the Wednesday before we moved out. And I was like, what? Because I haven't gotten anything. And now, obviously, since Levi mentions it, now I'm getting stuff on it.
Yeah, so we got to discuss it. It's major news.
Should just go into it right away here, and then we
can
get into the operation that is NDSU.
Well, so folks, if you guys aren't familiar with the hantavirus, it's potentially COVID season 2. You know, I
No!
don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen, but it is possible. I'm going to acknowledge that.
If that rolls around for season 2, I can't.
Yeah.
Nope. As I told Levi on the way here, not social distancing, not doing any of that. I'm popping out.
Yep. John's going to go with Aaron Rodgers and go remote in an oasis that nobody knows where it is.
I don't think I'm going to be that extreme, but
Okay. Good to hear then. So
Wilson.
You're going to go on an island
Yep.
with Wilson the volleyball?
Yeah, Wilson the volleyball.
All right. Let me just quickly explain hantavirus after a little rant there. It's basically another virus transmitted from, I'm pretty sure, rats. Classic. It's always the rats. I think it's like
Those darn rats,
their
man.
feces. That's the proper word to say. And basically, it is rarely transmitted to humans, especially human to human.
Yep.
But it might not be as rare as we originally thought. Now that there's been some people that have gotten it, there's been a few people that have died. I think there's been 3 people, as far as I know. And of course, start on a cruise ship. Okay, if you want to go on a cruise ship, better think twice. Okay,
I genuinely
we got COVID and hantavirus starting on a cruise ship.
Just a random rant. Why do people even like going on cruises? Like, I know
I've been on one.
cruise,
I've been on one,
and like, I just don't think it'd be fun because obviously you always just have like that constant like swaying, and you know, some people get more seasick than others. I don't.
Yeah, my sister is pretty bad at that.
Yeah, but it's just like, honestly, just on land hotel, way better.
I think you'll have to experience it at one point in your life because I loved the cruise ship, but I think it was more so because of the free ice cream.
Yeah, probably.
You know, at my age, there was ice cream, there was a slide. I think the major problem that I actually had on it was that the pools and the slides were all salt water, so that was kind of gross.
Oh yeah.
If you get like the salt water in your mouth.
See, that's even worse then, because it's like, why isn't
saltwater pools are the worst thing in the world? They're horrible.
Yeah, I don't get that. Yeah,
it's because you don't have to use chlorine, I believe, right? So then it's a little less chemically, but I'd rather just have the chlorine flowing through the veins. But
try not to drink.
Yeah. I just really enjoyed it. There was, I think, mini golf on it. There's just a lot of fun stuff to do while you're going through the ocean, and we were going through the like Bahamas, which is always fun.
Bahama Mama.
Yes. But yeah, there is kind of a problem with the seasickness. However, it's not too bad since it's a massive boat. It kind of just absorbs the waves for the most part.
Well, yeah, they're freaking cities.
Yeah. So I like cruise ships, but with all these viruses beginning on cruise ships, we need to be talking about the risks involved.
Yes.
But I just wanted to quickly note hantavirus because potentially it's something that's going to be going across the world, which would be horrible.
Let's just not put that into the universe.
Yeah, and you know, everybody was kind of outside of the people on the cruise. Everybody kind of wanted to leave the cruise ship in the middle of the ocean for a couple of weeks and then bring them back, just airdrop them some food.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they did get rescued, and the people have been brought back to their respective countries. There's like 7 of them. The U.S. is one of them, of course, which is not surprising, but it's unfortunate. But like legally, you can't just leave all these humans in the middle of the ocean.
Humanitarian crisis. What?
Yeah. So, unfortunately, they are back. Unfortunately. But hopefully that doesn't happen to be COVID season 2. That's all I have.
Well,
moving on.
I don't think it will, but if it does, just know DJ Coulter Agencies, one of our proud sponsors, has got you covered in the case you end up going to the hospital. They will have your back with any insurance that you can dream of. Always make sure to give DJ Coulter a quick call, and he'll get you a customized rate that is perfect for your budget. But then, too, as well, I want to give a quick shout-out to our boy Finley on the roof. It's been a while. You know, it's not really his season anymore, but
it's his golf season.
Once Christmas rolls around, you better see what he can do for you when it comes to hanging up lights.
Absolutely.
But I just thank you, our proud sponsors, that, you know, even when we take 6-month plus hiatus from making videos, always have our back, and we appreciate you guys. So please support the people who support us. But I think it's about time we dive into kind of the main reason that we're here today. We got through the first year. Oh, you weren't going to join me.
No, because I hated it. No, I'm just kidding. It gets all serious.
Yep. It's the worst time of my life.
It was a unique experience. They always say, like, the dorm life is something that everybody should experience. Yeah. I agree. I enjoyed the dorm life. It was fun.
Yeah, I feel bad for people like Bittner who were like a commuter the first year. Because you can be a commuter after that. But I think you should get the experience of being in the dorms at least 1 year.
Yeah, you do save money, obviously. But you also lose out on the experience.
Exactly. And sometimes you gotta pay for the experience.
All right. Let's talk about the dorms in general since we're talking about it right now.
Yep.
What are your overall thoughts? I mean, for reference, we stayed in Cater Hall, so we had the nice dorm.
Yep, that is the newest,
which helps.
Like fully like newest building when it comes to it. I think complete in like 2013 or something like that. So it is really freaking nice. It's basically like high-rise apartments. That's what I'll put it as. It's like an apartment, but you don't have like a kitchenette, pretty much. Boom. But otherwise than that, you have super high ceilings, which is nice.
You could play basketball in there.
Yeah. No, like compared to like, because I know a couple buddies who are mechanical engineers who were in Severinsen, and that's one of the older ones. That's like what it would be like. That's an older high rise, but that's what it would be like to live in any of the low rise dorms too as well, I think, for the most part. And yeah, like just super
it
different.
Is far and away worse. Like it's not even close. And I believe now it's too late for like actually, making sure you get in the good dorms. I think the selection was quite a while ago, actually.
For us, if we wanted to be in the dorms next year, we would have had to select already in like January.
Yeah, so we're late to, helping you guys out, but when it comes to selecting a dorm, let's say you're not a senior yet, just for future reference, if you want to get in the good dorms, you've got to be like the first people.
You got to stay up.
You have to stay up
midnight,
just like John and I did.
It opens.
It's serious. Like you have to.
I literally like just had a little snag because I had to enter in my mom's credit card details to pay for like the deposit for submitting the application, and just that little hiccup already like brought me to like 30th in line, which was crazy.
Yeah. So overall, Cater was a great time. It was a nice spot. I think our biggest weakness was going on the 6th floor. We didn't really enjoy the luxury of being 6th floor for like the views because we were facing towards
we were facing towards
a wall
campus
of the place.
I think because the map is kind of difficult to understand, so I thought I was getting us a room that faced towards the parking lot, which then would have some really good views and stuff like that. But
and police views as well.
Yeah,
parking.
How much campus police?
All the parking campus police campers.
Yes, the parking police and NDSU are ops. Just want to put that out there. So for the love of God, just be careful.
Yeah.
Don't park in zones you're not supposed to because they will get you. They're like the Reaper.
Yeah.
They will always find their way. But yeah, and we had blackout curtain too as well, and we pretty much kept that thing drawn the entire year.
The whole year.
Very
rarely did we open it.
I don't think we opened it once. I'll just be honest right now. We were kind of vampires, but and I would recommend that. Would recommend a blackout curtain, especially when we're facing towards where the sun rises. Because that morning I was up super early because the sun was up at like 7, and we didn't have our curtain up for the last night.
The last night, we didn't have the blackout curtains up because we were already kind of packed up. Yeah, I mean, I think the only way you could get away with not having a blackout curtain is if your bed is facing away from the window.
Yeah.
That's like the only way. But you're still going to want it. Something that's not included. You're just going to have to think about because we didn't even think about it necessarily, right? Pretty sure, because we had to go to, I believe it was Walmart and get stuff because we forgot about blackout curtains. It's something you just don't think about right away.
Yeah, literally. But I mean,
we should talk about the foyers and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, too as well, I'd say. So you share with one other room and try to get the A room if you can, because that's the one with the control for the temperature. Fun fact, it's only
always
in one
pick
room.
The A.
It's always in one room, and it's the A room. So if you want to actually be able to set the temperature to what you like, get the A room. And like technically we probably could have like talked to them, but see, that's the thing. We had a weird relationship with our dorm mates. They never complained or anything on anything. And me and Levi obviously had our moments where, for us, it's in the morning because we actually wake up at a normal time. These people wake up at like 10. But we never talked to them, and we like barely seen our dorm mates the entire year. The only thing we would hear them. You best believe we would hear them.
Yeah.
Just super loud. The one guy was like on the game or something, just
playing a video
yelling
game
all the time.
I think it was the same game like all year. It was impressive. I mean, the consistency was real.
Mm-hmm.
Dedication.
But
I don't think either of them really had a job. Maybe one of them. But it's hard to tell.
Also, I feel like just one of the guys just disappeared for this last couple weeks, like just gone.
Totally disappeared. It was weird. It was a weird relationship. And honestly, if you have the opportunity to,
make friends if you're.
Yeah.
Because it would be kind of cool if we actually like had a good relationship and we like had the doors open into the foyer and we could kind of go to and from. I think that could be like another
vibe,
added experience. But yeah, we just didn't have that because, yeah, like I said, the one guy was pretty much like just always locked into the game, and then the one guy
he disappeared on us.
Yeah, he just disappeared.
And there were times. I mean, there's only one bathroom for 4 people, and there were times
somehow they're always in the bathroom, and that's like how.
And also at night, it was almost always between 11:45 and midnight, or 11:30 and midnight. We would go to bed, and every time I would shut the light off in the foyer room, which is like your sink area, they would always turn the light back on.
I know.
Literally within a minute every time. Every single time, pretty much. And then they would turn it back off afterwards, but like it was almost a subconscious thing for them. It was like, oh, bedtime, I gotta.
Yep. Me and Levi were actually controlling the whole operation the whole time. We just didn't know it.
Yeah. It was interesting. I mean, there really wasn't any problems because, it was kind of just a coexisting thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, every time I'd walk into to go back to the dorm room, you have to go through the foyer room. And I maybe one time seen one, like a person.
Yeah.
It was always like, they were always just in their room and
always
never seen them like at all.
It was an interesting situation, but we made the most of it. But yeah, overall, I mean, the dorms on campus are nice. If you get an AC dorm, I mean, obviously I see I remember talking to one of our buddies who was in Sev, which doesn't have AC, and he's like, it's not really hot enough. Most of the year is winter anyway, so it doesn't matter to pay the extra. Again, it's like maybe a couple $100 more to get a dorm of AC at NDSU. If you can snag a spot in one, do it if you can.
They're nicer, and I think it's worth the money.
Yeah, it's central air, which is nice because the other ones just have like heat through radiators.
Yeah,
that's it.
And the one problem I also had was the elevators. That was the one major bugaboo with Cater Hall. The elevators, there's always especially first semester, there was always one that wasn't working, it seemed.
There's
even a part where there was 2, like both of them weren't working.
They fixed it second semester. There was no elevator problem second semester, I think, besides like a little bit right away. But yeah, no, first semester was bad with the elevators and only having one elevator to serve 6 floors.
Yeah. And it's the biggest dorm, too.
Yeah.
Only have 2 elevators. A little weird to me, but.
Yeah, because every other high rise has 2 elevators, but none of them are the size of Cater, but it's besides the point.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about another part of NDSU.
Yes. Very important part.
Should we talk about the dining center?
I think we should talk about the good old dining center, the DC.
There's multiple, to clarify.
Yes, there is multiple. Levi can give you a little bit more on the other one. One I'm specifically going to be talking about because that's pretty much
I'll let you handle West. I'll handle residence.
Yep. So, West Dining Center, my go-to and, AKA my only one that I really went to. I went to RDC a couple times first semester. Second semester, I just ghosted it. But West, so pretty much you have a home style. You have the grill. And I mean, all these names are pretty self-explanatory, so I won't dig into it. You have a dessert section. You have clean eats. You have global. And then you have Woodstone Pizza. And Woodstone Pizza is West's, I'd say, like kind of unique thing. And it's good. It is really good, but you just, you can't really have pizza all that often without getting sick of it. So that was kind of the one issue there. And then my big gripe that I have is, and it's such a random gripe, but I'm a DC lover till the day I die. And
Diet Coke.
Why
clarify.
is NDSU ripping Pepsi? It's just not okay, and it really hurts my soul.
Yeah, I think one thing I noticed was Pepsi is such a Southern thing, and Coke is like Midwest. I feel like that's kind of what it is.
Hey, Coke is the fridge sig, and it will always be the fridge sig.
Wow.
I saw that on You Betcha, and it's like, yep. I was watching that last night, random thing, but I was watching You Betcha, and it was just like, yeah.
I was listening to it today, actually.
But overall, I would say the food quality is about what you would expect from like any like mass service.
Yeah.
I feel like there's definitely has its moments, like some things do shine over others, but then some things just get old quick. And like one thing for me that always kind of got to me is the pasta. I think it could be good, but for some reason their red sauce always tastes weird, and their noodle texture for like most of their things is garbage. Like the texture has always been really bad. Like the noodles are just like mush. There's no like.
Interesting. Are you talking about home style stuff though? Because Global noodles to me were far and away like the best.
Home style, yeah. Because Global actually, the big thing with Global is like most of the time, for most of the stuff that's at Global, is they like saute your food.
Global and Grill, I would say, are probably like the most reliable.
Mm-hmm.
The pizza is always solid too, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But home style, I'm not a big fan of home style. It's kind of hit and miss to me.
Yeah, I did not take advantage of the dining center at all. They force you to get an unlimited plan when you go first year, and like I counted, I could have gotten away with like like the cheapest block plan.
Yeah.
Well, not the cheapest, because that one only gives you 25 swipes, but I could have gotten away with a cheap block plan easy, because I think I did like 100 swipes or less this whole semester, because I would just like, thing is, I'm a person who doesn't like want to eat the same thing every day.
Mm-hmm.
And some days there would just be like kind of crappy options all around, and then it's just like, I'll just go get like Chipotle or real quick or something like that.
Yeah, and that's close to campus too.
And for me, I was driving a lot more, so for me going to the dining halls was less convenient because it's out of the way from like my normal schedule, and that's kind of where the schedule thing goes too. Like I was all over.
So, and you talked about how West's special thing is their Woodstone pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Now, talking about residents, their special thing is the Creation Station. It is, I would say, probably their best thing. Like, they make, let's say, today was nachos, so you get the chips, and then they basically, it's almost like Chipotle in a way, where, like, you pick what you want on your nachos, and they can heat it up for you on their stoves. And they also have pretzel bites, which is my personal favorite there. They have build your own ice cream sundaes and stuff like that. So that was really fun. Then they got, of course, Global and home style, just like West, and the Grill as well. So they only have 4 spots compared to the 5 spots for West because they have the clean eats.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say Residence was a little bit more reliable, mainly because Residence also has the Bison Beanery, and it's coffee. I mean, you can't go wrong. It's free coffee, quote unquote free. I mean, it's included in your plan. But yeah, so you got the coffee. Their breakfast options are really good because they actually use the grill for breakfast when West doesn't, and they open an hour earlier. And typically one of those has like a donut or caramel rolls and stuff.
And one thing that I noticed with the Grill and Residence is they always like put it on a basket. So it's always like a basket with like fries and stuff like that, where the Grill at West doesn't do that.
Yeah.
It's all like, there's a bunch of random things that, I would say like, I really wish like Residence was connected with a tunnel then,
Yeah,
because
I don't know why it's not.
I feel like I would go to Residence more if it was like connected, easily, like West was, because that was the main reason why I just ate at West, was just because I'm all about convenience and making it like easy. So It was just, it's connected. I can run down. My thing always was never to, I actually barely ate at the dining center. I would always get a to-go box and just fill that up, the 3 things, and then just go to the room to eat.
Yeah. And the last couple notes here for the dining centers is like, I would say their desserts are actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a sweets guy through and through.
They had cookie dough today at West.
Yeah, I had that.
What time were you there?
No, I was at Residence again.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Residence.
Your residence aficionado.
Guru. Yeah. And then they also have like that salad deli, you know?
That's good.
I actually really like that. It's like a salad bar.
Could have took way more advantage of that.
Yeah, and their bread's actually really good too. So if you aren't a fan of like the options there, it's always good to make a sandwich there or a salad.
And technically both dining centers also have like a create your own station where you can cook your own meals, but I just don't get how that works. Like how you do that. So me and Levi kind of just never touched it. Just out of we weren't sure what
we were scared. Okay. Yep. We were afraid.
Yep.
We didn't want to be judged. But that's kind of our notes about the dining center. I don't really want to say like favorite foods and stuff because I feel like that's kind of, personal opinion.
It's so subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's so many options you'll realize throughout the year. Like a lot of things are kind of similar, different variations, just like, your burger, you have a jalapeno popper burger.
Yeah, which is good.
You can have like a Southwest burger with like guacamole. They do stuff like that overall, but like at the end of the day, it's still just a burger.
Yeah. I will say, elementary school food is decent. Then we get to middle school, a little more options. High school, more options. And then college is more options. It just keeps upgrading each time.
That's the way to look at it.
Okay. Let's talk about classes. Of course, this is also kind of quote unquote subjective based off of your, major and what classes you're taking, what year you are, I'm sure.
Yep.
For me, I'm just going to get mine out of the way because mine's pretty easy. I'm a journalism major, and obviously we're just getting started. For the most part, we're kind of just doing our, what are they called again? They're
generals.
Yeah, the generals. So it's nothing too crazy yet. First semester, it sucked, to be honest. The classes were difficult, and to be honest, I was a little disappointed because I'm a communication major, and 3 out of the 5 of my teachers, English wasn't their first language.
Yeah, which
so
is
that was frustrating to me. It was kind of hard to understand them. And the classes in general, I took like persuasion. That was first semester. Human communication, like just a lot of basic communication type classes. Didn't really have a ton of homework. A lot of writing, which is typical.
No, really.
Yeah.
It's almost like your career will be writing.
But I would say writing was more so first semester, and then intro to media writing was second semester, and just I would say second semester overall was a lot more fun. With like understanding media and social change, interpersonal communication. Those classes were more interesting, and I thought the teachers were kind of more entertaining. The assignments were fun in a way, like especially for my media writing class. I was just writing about stuff that interested me, and I was like pretending that I was writing for the paper, basically,
Yep.
So it was a good experience. So definitely, if you're thinking about journalism or any of those communication majors, take intro to media writing, because a literal forum worker teaches the class. So
there you go.
Except
they'll cancel 20 million times.
Yeah, I would say that's another big difference between college and high school, is that you will have teachers cancel. Especially for me, I had like one class a week get canceled, guaranteed. Outside of 1 week, the whole second semester.
Mine wasn't that bad. Well, actually, really none of that happened first semester for me. Second semester, I got my first experience of that because my MIS teacher literally was class started, and then bro just was gone for 3 weeks because he kind of had things happen to him back to back to back. So then he just shifted the class around and then was there for the rest of the year. But I thought that was kind of interesting and funny. How it was just literally the first we had the first week, and then he was gone for 3 weeks after that. But that's about it still. Otherwise, my other teachers have been pretty reliable for the most part. I'm management information systems major, soon to become business analytics because they killed MIS. Thank you. I love when colleges just can make changes like that and say, screw you.
Yep.
But, yeah, so my class is through the College of Business, which the big gripe is, and I hate this sometimes, is the fact that I have to go to downtown.
Yeah.
Because all the College of Business classes are at NDSU downtown. So literally go to downtown far, which is cool. Like, I get the vibe, you know, business, go to downtown where there's usually like a lot of big business places. Like, that's where all the banks are. Like,
laissez-faire economics.
Yeah. And you do get good views, like in Barry Hall. Like, literally in the classroom that I'm in most of the days, you know, the giant RDO building that's downtown. You get a perfect view of that.
Yep.
Which is kind of neat. But you just have to deal with the fact that parking downtown sucks.
You have to take the bus, right? Pretty much guaranteed.
I didn't.
Really?
I drove down there every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people do that, for clarification.
I didn't take the bus because my days are so busy that I can't wait to be on someone else's dime. I need to be able to just drive away when I need to. Because, like, on the days I would go downtown, I'd go downtown and then come back, literally have like a 10-minute lunch. And that's what I'm talking about, the fact that I went to West, because I would just like go in, eat something, leave immediately, and then work.
Yeah.
So I always stayed pretty busy, to say the least.
Yeah, for me, it's pretty flexible.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice. I work for my dad mainly for Maximum Performance and Fitness, and I do all like the social media stuff. And that was really fun. I think of course, when you're in college, you have to find a job.
Mm-hmm.
Almost everybody's going to have to, unless you're playing sports typically. And it's been a fun job. You know, having a fun job definitely helps a lot, or like a stress-free job.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky, and I got an on-campus job working at CCAST is like the division. It's part of the IT division of NDSU.
Yeah.
And a lot of good relevant experience. I won't dig too much into it because, God, explaining it is just kind of difficult sometimes, and I don't really want to bore you guys. So,
yeah.
But it's computer work. It's perfect for my major, perfect for what I want to continue going into as a career. Pay is good. Benefits, it's on campus, so it's not too far of a drive, which is nice. So you save the gas money. But yeah, overall, it's been good for sure. And no taxes taken out, which is also a benefit.
Dang. I didn't even know that.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because when you're a student at NDSU and you get an on-campus job, you're like Social Security and Medicaid exempt. So I don't have to pay Social Security and Medicaid and all that fun jazz.
Interesting. The more you know.
The more you know. Like, literally, I think this year I have like maybe like I think one of my paychecks had like $10 of federal withholding, and that was it.
So you really made your hourly pay pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah. So we like that. But I think big thing that I just want to hit at here before we get into, I want to just go like things we're going to miss most, and then their best and worst moment, and then we'll wrap it. But Wellness Center is kind of just the next thing I want to hit.
Okay.
The Wally Wellness. It's a nice gym, I would say. And it's actually not too busy. I think it's more busy in the afternoons, obviously. Me and Levi are morning lifters. We'd go in the morning when we would go in the morning.
Yep.
And it's a really nice place. They have a lot of good equipment. It's clean.
Yeah. There's a lot of things in there that we never even used. Like, there's things for pretty much everybody in there, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's like literally a basketball court,
multiple
swimming pool if you want to do that. Like, there's a lot of stuff you could do there that me and Levi obviously don't, because we're just, for us, a gym is a gym. We're just going there to lift. We don't do cardio or anything like that. But there's a lot of stuff you can do, and there's pickleball courts.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Yeah.
And it's really nice because it's included with your student tuition, of course. So another big benefit.
Yeah, take advantage of it, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Stay healthy.
Yeah, exactly. Don't go buying a gym membership when you're at NDSU, because you have this perfectly good gym that has all the equipment for completely free. And I would say even on the busier times, you really won't have to like wait for equipment, because they have enough. You'll just maybe have to like shift like your sets and stuff like that. But other than that, for the most part, I'd say this: if you don't want to do cable workouts at all, you're fine. There's more than enough dumbbells.
Yeah, plenty of dumbbells, plenty of benches and squat racks.
Yeah, like I said, the only hang up ever for me and Levi is just the cable machines.
Yeah. There's even like a whole like studio room that people go into
where you can get your
yoga
hot
mats.
yoga on, really like
absolutely
just like, you're just like sweating and you're yogaing and
you're yogaing.
Yeah. I don't know,
wow.
I can't
That's about as much as we know about yoga. That shows our knowledge.
Yep, we just go to the gym for big muscles. What's about being flexible? I'd rather have big muscles and not be able to move than be flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Also, I just want to point out the fact, this is kind of funny. I was thinking about this. Everyone talks about the freshman 15. You're supposed to put on 15 pounds freshman year because you have all this unlimited access to food and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Freshman 15 happened to me, but in the opposite direction. From being at NDSU, I've lost 15 pounds. So, it's true, but just in the opposite way.
Yep. Hey, freshman 15, it can go either way.
It can go either way. Like I said, I'd say just staying busy and having quick meals and doing the to-goes, I think, was a good one because that stops you then from going to get more. So, it's just like the to-go is perfect because you have your 3 compartments. You can get a main course and then 2 sides. Boom, you're sitting pretty for a pretty well-balanced supper or lunch. But I think it's time to hit on what we think we're going to miss most.
It's a loaded question.
It is a loaded question. I think what I'm going to miss most from, the dorm life and being on campus this year was just going to be the fact that, having that freedom, that true freedom. Because, with ours, it's me and Levi, we know each other pretty well. I mean, he's not a stranger, to say the least. Might be like this guy's best man or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
But you have freedom and, a lot of just, you can do what you want,
I do what I want.
Do what I want. And you have ability to have the room alone because, Levi would go home on the weekends. So, if I wanted to stay and just do some stuff all by my lonesome, I could do as well, which was nice.
Yeah.
But that I'd say is the thing I'll miss most for sure.
Yeah, the freedom. That's a good point. I guess I didn't think about it in as a whole picture freedom. Yep. I think of of course, John and I, we watched the Avengers.
Yep, I got Levi into those. Marvel movies finally.
I'm gonna miss the movie nights. Playing video games, even though I had to drag John to play games with me.
For some reason, my drive to play video games this year has just crashed, and I don't think it will ever recover.
Yeah. It's part of growing up. You just don't have as much time. It's fun, though. John and I will say, on the topic of video games, we're starting our Minecraft City World on computer now.
Yep.
And I think both of us are really excited about it because it's not like a true, video game where you have to think much. It's just you're basically just, building stuff for fun.
I would say it's it works your brain because you have to think of your designs and how you're going to look, and then you can see what you're doing at the end of it.
And it's also relaxing.
And it is relaxing too.
It's kind of it's honestly like art,
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Because, we're kind of making our own art by making these cool buildings and stuff like that. Me and Levi, we started a City World in MC all the way back, when, speaking of the hantavirus, COVID.
Yeah.
So during that time, and it wasn't funny enough, it wasn't when we were had months without school. Me and Levi did this remember the random time in middle school and they all of a sudden sent us home for 2 weeks again. But then we came back after that again. It was really weird. It was just a 2-week stretch that we went back again. And my parents just shipped me off to the farm for those 2 weeks. But yeah, me and Levi, as soon as our class were done for the day and we got all done with all our Zoom calls, we would just Minecrafted up.
Yeah.
And that was on my iPad.
And we had so much fun because originally for me, I'm not a creative person. I like playing survival. But the City World was a way for me to kind of see creative in a different view. I didn't think of it as let's build a city world and let's, build all these fun places and all the roads and stuff. And I didn't think it'd be kind of like, I don't know, challenging in a way.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to explain. Like, you actually kind of have to think when you're making the city world if you want it to actually make sense.
You do. And that's what's going to be nice about this one is obviously we started and we kind of had no clue. Funny enough, I think we started this city world and I just built like some of the most random thing.
Yeah.
And we kind of went around that. Oh, yes, I remember what it was. It was an underground prison. Remember that?
Yep.
That had a railway station leading to it.
Yeah, it was just a random underground prison.
Like,
that was the first thing built.
Well,
the forever flame too.
Because that's what I built.
Yeah.
And then Levi joined. I think you just joined the world just to like do stuff with me, and then it kind of just evolved.
I joined it so you could show me the thing.
Yes, and then Levi started randomly building, and then it was just like this whole thing that led to like all of a sudden, boom, we're building high schools, which the high school turned out great with the field. I remember that.
Yeah.
And then so we had 2 towns. We had Johnstown, and then long live Deeger Point. We lost this world, by the way, to put in perspective, which sucks.
Terrible.
Because I mean, this would have been one to just we probably wouldn't have built any more in it now. Because it's kind of nice to take the experience to live we learn to make something even better right away. But yeah, it kind of sucks that we lost it because we had so much good stuff and obviously a lot of time sunk into it. But I remember, we had Deeger Point was like that was once we figured it out, and then that was our like nice city.
And now we really figured it out. Just we kind of learned from our mistakes in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
It's like me and Levi are practicing to be the non-existent architecture students that we'll never be.
Yep. That was a nice rant we just went on. But just want to say, we appreciate all your thoughts and prayers in the comments for the lost city, the lost world. It's sad. Honestly, I do miss it.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to go at least look through it one more time.
The only memory that I have of it now is just the fact that I have a map. Because we made a map and I took a picture of it.
It's outdated too, but it's still enough to like kind of get your memory going again.
It's enough to make me and Levi remember everything we did for the most part.
Gosh.
But now I think it's best moment, worst moment. This one, I mean, worst is kind of because, I know some people go through some tough stuff that first year. Like they have some bad things happen to them. I wouldn't say that ever happened to us. Pretty chill year for the most part. Mainly because, so busy that I don't have time to do anything crazy. I would say worst moment for me is probably just the fact that
you got sick.
Yeah,
that was probably. I feel like that is the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I got really badly sick one week. So, and I think it happened both fall and spring semester. I think I got really sick each semester, really bad. So I'd say that was the worst moments.
I got my worst moment. Cause there really wasn't anything during like actually like classes and stuff, but it was kind of within the year when I got like the wisdom teeth removed.
Oh yeah.
It was during our break, so I mean it doesn't really count. But and it's not like it was like truly terrible. It just it's not fun having to go through the wisdom teeth recovery.
Yeah, how many days of pain did you have to deal with? Because for me, it was a couple days.
Yeah, probably a few days, 3 or 4 days of like, it wasn't truly painful though. It was just kind of like a weird feeling. Like it's kind of like a little ache that doesn't go away,
Honestly, but that's more annoying for me is when you have those little aches that don't go away. That's why I hate headaches so much.
Yeah. I can't really think of anything really bad outside of that.
Yeah.
There really wasn't anything too crazy. I mean, I did get sick at one point. And, we had the NyQuil.
Yep.
I had that on tap. So that kind of sucks. But that was only like maybe a week long at most. So best moment.
Best moment, I would say, for me was, just all the random, like, trips and stuff like that. And I know, like, Levi wasn't there for any of those, but the random, like, trips that I went on with Bittner that like over the school year, those were really fun. Like just going to Minneapolis for a day trip.
Yeah.
Literally was there for a day. We stayed a night at a Hilton Garden Inn.
Yeah. Oh,
that was fun.
And
we went to the Mall of America, like considering it was just one day, it was super fun, and kind of sucks. Rest in peace to Bittner's Kia.
That was
not
funny.
Kia, geez, Toyota Corolla.
Corolla.
The Kia also decided to explode. He's
Yep.
had 2 cars that just have decided to end their lives prematurely.
Yeah.
But hopefully, his pickup lasts a little bit longer. He totally didn't have to change the head gasket on it right after he got it. Right after he put himself in debt to buy it, has a $3,000 repair. But that's besides the point.
Yeah. For me, the best moment, there's many, of course. I would say actually in the dorm room would be watching the Avengers movies with you, because, man, that was so fun.
Yeah, me and Levi
It
had
was
a
so
setup.
entertaining. It was like almost every day for a while there we were watching the movies, and I'm so glad we were able to get back into Disney
I've always
Plus.
loved the Marvel movies and getting Levi into them. It's like proud father moment almost. It's like seeing him enjoy these movies that I've always enjoyed with my family. It was like, yeah, let's go.
And then, of course, Disney Plus kicked us out for a while, but then we got back somehow.
Yep.
That was great. I'm glad we got back for a little bit there.
Yep, so we watched a couple more. It's so weird. That's one thing that I will say as a college student that sucks, because let's be honest, you really don't want to be spending money on these subscription services, but yet every company now cracks down so hard that it's like impossible to.
Yeah.
Because oh my gosh, if me and Levi had unlimited access to Netflix,
Yeah.
probably more shows would have been watched for sure.
It was ridiculous that we couldn't get into Netflix. I mean, I was using my parents' account 15 minutes down the road, a couple miles away, and I couldn't get into it. Like, really?
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing ever. But outside of the dorm, I would say, I mean, I had an internship for NDSU, which it was in the sports media type realm, and going to the football games, specifically after the game, where you get to kind of interact with the football players. I think that was my favorite, interacting with like the head coach and stuff, where something that you never really think of, like you're truly down there actually talking to players and handing out these like stat sheets to, these big prominent names in the media industry. And it's just like surreal to be handing a paper to Dom Izzo, Jeff Kolpak, like the popular names around here for media.
Yeah, I just wish that your industry wasn't, so had so much unpaid opportunities. I feel like journalism is one of the few places still that you'll find internships that are unpaid. Now pretty much especially IT, unpaid internships are unheard of in anything IT. You are, even on entry level roles, you are always getting paid. And the nice thing is with these entry level IT roles, you're usually always getting paid $20 an hour, which is nice.
But I was really happy about the experience, specifically with football. And I would say, funny enough, my favorite moment would have been the loss against Illinois State. I don't know why, but I do know why, and I'll explain. But, of course, it was terrible to lose to Illinois State in the first round of the playoffs, which is just unheard of for the Bison. But it was the fact that the head coach came up, was literally talking to me from Illinois State, the head coach there, and basically we had you guys had a great season, you guys are a great football team, and we're going to try to win it all for you guys, basically.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure the head coach for the Bison said to the Illinois State coach was like, there's no other person we would have rather lost to, because the guy was like a veteran within the game, and he kind of just it felt like he kind of needed one. He deserved one.
Yeah.
And we played him a long time ago in the championship game, and they lost. So that was pretty cool. And kind of on top of that, Chris Kleiman was there. He was the former football coach who then went to Kansas State to be their head football coach. And seeing him, he came up and asked me a question, asking I think it was, where's the Bison head coach at? Because he was just curious. He didn't know. And him going up and interacting to me after I grew up watching him coach the football teams for the Bison was so crazy. Mainly thinking this guy coached multiple NFL players, and it's just kind of cool. I interacted with a former head coach that I always remember watching. growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was surreal, I would say. But those are my best moments.
Yeah. And of course, if you get interested and you're like, man, that sports stuff that Levi's talking about sounds interesting. Well, guys, you are in luck. Couch Football. Levi runs a channel, Couch Football, where you can kind of get his in-depth analysis on a lot of things like NFL and sports. I know he focuses on football because obviously, as you can tell, that's his burning passion. But just want to put that out there. Got to support, the other stuff. I kind of run this channel, so that's his channel. So,
yeah, I'm having a ton of fun with it. I haven't gotten to post this week because it's been hectic.
Yeah, it's been a week.
Very crazy week. I mean, of course, there's work, there's school, but also moving out of the dorms.
Finals.
Now I'm starting to prepare for finals next week. It's just been chaotic, but it's been fun just starting out there at Couch Footballer. I'm sure you could put my link in the comment or in the description of the video.
For sure.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I put a lot of hours into that, so I would really appreciate the help and support.
And speaking of hours, this podcast is already almost an hour, so I think it's about time we wrap it up. Me and Levi used to always have our segments that we did at the end. We didn't prepare those, so
I was thinking of doing that too.
So Levi was always, he had his random history fact always, and then I kind of did quote of the day. I'd say was our big ones. Because it's not too hard, I'll just do quote of the day. Literally just see what the internet is saying is the quote of the day. All right. Do your best you can until you know better.
Wow.
Then when you know better, do better.
Wow. This is impactful.
That is an impactful statement from Maya Angelou.
Wow.
Southern New Hampshire University is where it's quoted from. So shout out to Google Gemini for that quote because, the AI overview is always at the top now. Gotta love AI.
It's like they made up the quote and then they had Michelangelo and they just removed a couple letters, added a space. Maya Angelou. Just faked it.
Well, guys, it is now time for us to go and check out of the dorms officially. And it is also time for us to leave you here. Thank you guys for joining us. And if you made it this far, I want you to personally contact me and say, I love cookies. that will be so
in the comments. I love cookies if you made it this far.
That's how I know you've made it this far.
And we will shout you out in the next video.
We will shout you out in the next
100%.
one. There's going to be next ones. This is not going to be like the only thing we do this summer. I'm thinking
this was a blast. Yeah,
I think me and Levi come back and we start doing this weekly again because I'll have a lot of time on my hands. That's the nice thing about the NDSU job. Finally working consistent hours and having actual, I'd say, free time.
Yep.
So, we'll be able to get on this again. And sure, when school rolls around next year, I'll probably go away again. How
disappear.
It just gets busy, and it's hard to, especially come all the way to NDSU up here. So
it's difficult, and especially, as I'm sure a lot of people know, without getting paid, it's really hard to stay motivated.
Yeah, yes, as always. But thank you guys for joining us on our year in review podcast. We will, of course, see you guys in the next one. And as we always say, keep her between the ditches, folks. Thank you.